All right, Successful Indie Author, 5-minute focus, episode 160, taxes. Taxes suck. Tracking your deductions. Let's talk about some things that are fairly universal, and that's first and foremost, your income needs to be greater than your expenses in order to get the maximum horsepower from your deductions. If you have more deductions than income, eventually it'll catch up with you and you can't do the carryovers, and all of a sudden it's a hobby and no longer a business. Until you make enough income, it's important to temper your expenses so you're not spending more consistently than you're making year in, year out. That's not a recipe for deduction success. So legitimate expenses. If you're paying a cover designer, if you're paying an editor, proofreader, a personal assistant, a PA, advertisers, promotions, things like that, these are very set expenses that are related to your book. Book needs a cover. You buy a cover. You pay editors. You pay a formatter. Whatever you're paying for, keep track. I keep track in a spreadsheet every single day, and I need to do better with drop downs. Have set drop downs, create a dashboard for here's the categories. It changes a little bit on the U.S. federal tax form year to year, but generally they're the same, and you can deduct them. And it says right in the Schedule C form that if you put it in the wrong place, that's okay. Just don't put it twice. I'm good with that. So I put a lot of expenses under miscellaneous, and they give you a lot of space. I write in a lot of stuff, like issuing 1099s. Do you issue? I do a lot of anthologies, right? And royalties. If you pay somebody over $600, you're supposed to issue 1099. Except there's an exception for royalties. Royalties over $10, you're supposed to issue a 1099. However, there's that big gray spot if you pay digitally. So I had some 200 authors, and it's just me, so I'm not issuing 1099s to 200 authors that made more than $10 in royalties from stuff that I put together. What I did was in that form, I put for this collection, I paid 23 authors by PayPal, and there you go. Whatever it was, $2,000, $3,000. I deducted by book title, because then if need be, we can look up the book title. Here's all the authors, go to PayPal. Here's all the things I download that spreadsheet every year. So I have all of my expenses in one place for research in case I get audited, which I have been audited before. And I came out of it crystal clear because I have all my stuff here. Just print it off, make the nice packet that they asked for. And there you go. It's time consuming as hell, but it's not a bar to running your business. Now, legitimate expenses with caveats. Meals with authors. Sometimes meals while you're traveling, you might get a 50% deduction is all. So if you have a $100 meal, you're out traveling, you might only be able to deduct $50 of that. Meals with authors, allegedly, if you have meals with other authors talking business, you can deduct 100% of that meal. For meals while traveling, I generally do per diem. I use the U.S. government rate for wherever I am. Wherever you sleep that night is where that's where your per diem rate goes for. And I just do all of that for all of my travel per diem. But you have to deduct a part if you deduct a meal. If you go out with people and you pay $200 for a meal and you deduct that, you can't take per diem for that chunk. So you have to do just a partial M&IE rate, meals and incidental expenses. Gifts for supporters. This is a huge category for me because I give a lot of stuff away. So if I give gifts to my beta readers, if I give books away. Now, if you give books away as part of an ad campaign, that's different. That's where you account for those. But if you give gifts to your supporters, like I'm doing a bunch of giveaways on King Sumo just to generate interest in my brand, and those just categorize them and put them out that way. It's the best I can do. The good thing with the Schedule C is you can put a lot of information in that form. So overhead, let's talk about overhead. Computers, internet, office supplies. Your computer, do you use it solely for work? What about your internet? What about office supplies? All of that stuff. You need to be able to make sure that you use it specifically for this thing. If you run multiple businesses, Just deduct it once. That's the big thing. Don't look like you're trying to take $100, a $600 new computer and deduct it in 3 different places, or a $600 new computer that you use for your private videos and stuff, and then all of a sudden, hey, I'm going to deduct this off my business. You need to use it for your business. That's the big thing. If you get checked by the tax authorities, they're going to check to make sure that you're not just, hey, you bought a Netflix subscription to binge watch weird shows, and you're trying to deduct that. Are you legitimately doing it for research? Authors have a lot of latitude. I deduct every time I travel because I work every single day of my life. So I can prove that wherever I am, I'm publishing a book, I'm writing a book, and good to go. So I will deduct hotels every time I travel. Home office, I never claim the home office because first, I don't want to waive my Fourth Amendment rights and have people come into my house to make sure that, hey, you do have home office. And also, I don't want to pay capital gains tax on whatever part I deducted from my home office if we ever sell the house. So a double whammy. Nope, don't want the feds in my house ever for any reason. So there we are. Bunch of little things, quick, very quick. Taxes are fairly complex, but stay on top of them every single day and you'll be okay. I deduct expenses. I add royalties in wherever I get them and keep track. I have a nice spreadsheet that I use and it's pretty simple. All right, everybody. Taxes. Don't be late. Peace. And the more you pay in taxes, it just means the more successful you are. Uncle Sam thanks you if you're in the U.S. and you don't have to pay 100% taxes no matter where you are. So if you make $1, you'll take some of it